It's time again for the Science Bowl.
Zoo Parade for 5. What big teeth the hippo has are actually a pair of these. Science Potpourri for 10. Would a snake most likely eat every day? Every week, Dateline Science for 10. Why are some elephants wearing necklaces these days? Green things for 15.
And now, here's your host, Mr. Z himself, Dave Zarin.
Thank you for joining us today on the Science Bowl, the Science Quiz program here in the Prince George's Schools. We've been at for 34 years. Play along with us today and test your own science IQs. Well, we started out this year with 40 elementary schools. Our aim is to get down to the Final Four. We have one already, Beacon Heights. The second of our Final Four will be one of these two schools in this playoff. Let's meet the schools right now. First, from Judge Sylvania Woods, would you please welcome Kamora Smallwood, Ire Olafemi, and Gabriel Lorente. And from Whitehall Elementary, please say hello to Jaden Johnson, Grant Christensen, and Estuardo Guzman. And now here are the categories of questions we use on the Science Bowl.
Okay, Mr. Z, here's today's categories. Green things, questions about plants and all things green and growing. Zoo Parade, a Noah's Ark of questions about animals. Body systems, we'll see how much you know about yourself, about things like breathing and growing, and digesting your food. Let's get physical. Questions that test your knowledge of physics and chemistry, earth science and space science. Then there's Science Potpourri. Here's a grab bag of science questions, everything from air pollution to the kitchen sink. And finally, Dateline Science. We'll ask you about science history and science in the news.
And here on the Science Bowl, we arrange our game board according to question difficulty. Easier questions worth 5 and 10 points. Tougher ones, 15, 20, and ultimately 25, the toughest of them all. Both of our teams start out at 50 points apiece. No penalties for incorrect answers. End of the 2 rounds today, we will have our second semifinalist in this year's elementary school competition. Let's go over and make sure everything works properly. Let's go to that red team. Irie, would you try your buzzer? It looks and sounds just fine. Good luck to you, to Gabriel, and to Kamora. And Grant, how about the green teams? Also A-OK. Gentlemen, good luck to you. Estuardo, Jaden, everybody. Hardly any schools ever make it to this juncture. Congratulations. It is quite an accomplishment to make it this far in our competition. So let's have a good game. We go alphabetically, J before W, so Judge Woods and E-Ray, let's play this game. Go.
Green things for 10.
Green things for 10 points. Tim, if you look at an ear of corn, the female flowers are on the silk. The male flowers are on this part that has the same name as something that hangs from the cap at graduation. Judge Woods.
Tassel. Pass it to Kamora.
Tassel?
A tassel, yeah, the tassel on the corn cob. Nicely done, Kamora. Go red.
Body system for 10. Body system for
Body assistance for 10 points. Teams, if you have an appointment with an audiologist, he or she will be checking your what?
Ear.
Judge Woods.
Ear.
Or your?
What
do you do with your ear?
Hear it?
You hear it. An audiologist is testing your hearing. We will accept ear, though. Go red. And help him out in situations like that. Go.
Dateline Science for 10.
Dateline for 10 points. Teams, it was the author Rachel Carson who wrote a book called The Silent Spring, who said in this country, and indeed the world, there is an avian apocalypse, meaning what is happening around the world.
Birds are dying.
Judge Woods.
Pass Kamora.
More.
The birds are dying.
Birds are dying, absolutely right. And we're witnessing that more and more and more. At one time it was because of DDT. Now it is because a lot of it is habitat destruction. Go red.
Which one? Science Potpourri for 10. Science Potpourri for 10.
Science Potpourri for 10.
10.
Thank you. Just take your time so I can hear what you're saying. Science Potpourri for 10 points. There is a new ride at Disney World about Star Wars. And it invokes the opening line in the original Star Wars movie a long time ago in a what? Grant?
A galaxy far, far away.
Galaxy?
A galaxy far, far away. The name of the ride is Galaxy's Edge. Yes. Go green.
Dateline Science for 15.
Dateline for 15 points is a visual question. Look at the monitor in the studio. After a nationwide competition, 9 school children have submitted names for the new one of these. Judge Woods.
Rover.
Rover, yes, there will be a Rover 2020 on the moon, joining Curiosity and some of the others. Clarity is one of the submitted names. Another one is Endurance. Nicely done. Go Red.
Let's get physical for 10. Let's get
physical for 10 points. All right, here's your question. Teams, some geologists think that the core of the Earth has a 200-mile thick layer of snow. Yes?
Nickel.
No, not nickel. Good try. I know where you're going with that. Whitehall, at the center of the Earth, some geologists think there's a 200-mile thick layer of snow made of this chemical element that is very important to Tony Stark, who is a superhero.
Iron Man.
Whitehall?
Iron.
Iron, yes. He was Iron Man. Go Green.
Green things for 20.
20 points in Green thing. Teams, while wheat plants reproduce with seeds, a fungus that attacks wheat called wheat rust. Whitehall.
Pass to Jaden.
Spores.
Yes, reproduces with spores. You knew where I was headed, Jaden. Nicely done. Go Green.
Super 8 for 10.
For 10 points in Zoo Parade. Teams, the leader of the pack is the alpha male. What do you want to tell me?
Beta male.
Beta male, absolutely right. I was going to say, which one's waiting in the wings? You read my mind, too. Good playing. Judge Woods, 105. Whitehall, 90. Go Red.
15. Green things for 15.
Green things for 15 points. Here's your question. The leaves on plants are strangely hydrophobic, meaning what? Whitehall.
Afraid of water?
Well, judges, we will give that to you. Yes, if you translate, but they repel water, but it translates to a phobia is a fear. So in a sense, they're afraid of water because otherwise bacteria would develop in water that pooled on those leaves. Tie score, 105. Last correct answer came from the green team. Yeah. All right, let's flip that. Go Grant.
Zoo Parade for 15.
Zoo Parade for 15 points. Teams, because parrots and crows have large brains, they're very intelligent, they even care for each other, they know how to use tools. They're often described as feathered versions. Whitehall.
Friends?
No, Judge Woods, because parrots and crows can use tools and they're quite intelligent, they even care for each other. They're sometimes described as feathered versions of these non-human primates.
Feathered apes. Pass Kumar.
Feathered apes?
Apes, they're called feathered apes. Absolutely, Kumar. Nicely done. All right, the buzzer says we've come to the end of the first round. It has been a good one. It's been back and forth. Our score, it is close. Judge Woods 120, Whitehall 105. We will be back with the second half of this important game in just a moment. Don't you go away. And welcome back to Science Bowl. Nice to have you here today. What great players we have here. One of them, as we were telling you at the top of the show, is heading on to the semifinals. It's our second of our 4 semifinalists. Let's go over and find out about these young people. If you've not tuned in before, let me introduce them to you now. Judge Woods, tell us about your school. Who's your principal?
Our principal is Miss Barber.
Absolutely, and I know she was here earlier. I hope she still is, because if she is, we will bring her out. And Dr. Buns is here, I believe, yes? And how about your coach?
Our coach is Mr. Richardson.
Absolutely. All of those people behind the scenes making sure you guys are prepared, and you're doing such a great job representing your school here. Tell me a little bit about any alternates. What are their first names, E-Ray?
Brian Mejia.
Very good. He'll be out in just a few moments' time. And Judge Woods, it's a great school because, fill in the blank.
Because of the various activities you could do.
Yeah. Like what?
Band, orchestra, chorus, technology.
Lots of extracurricular activities.
Gardening club.
Oh, I like that. Do you have a garden at the school?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you raise things that you eat? Or is
yeah,
it
we have an indoor. I don't know what to call it.
An indoor irrigation system?
Yeah, irrigation system.
Yeah. Very nice. Boy, that's just terrific. What do you want to do someday, young man?
I want to be a programmer.
Programmer, yes, indeed. That's a popular choice nowadays, and it's a good one, too. Gabriel, tell us about yourself. You're into music, aren't you?
Yes.
You like to listen to music in your spare time. What kind of music do you like?
I like music that isn't too like crazy and stuff. Like it's just simple.
Soothing, kind of
Yeah.
soothing music. Do you play a musical instrument yourself?
I play the ukulele.
Oh, wow. How long have you played that?
Probably maybe 5 months.
Very nice. I associate that with Hawaii. Ukuleles in Hawaii. Yeah. What do you want to do someday?
I want to be a coder and a game creator.
That's wonderful. Yeah, another popular choice, but also a good one. And Kimura, you know so much about science. You've been so important to this team. How do you know so much science?
Well, you know, one of the main things I know so much about science is because I actually go outside and explore. I used to live near a creek, and occasionally I just walk around, explore, look at all the things. I found a mushroom that turns blue when you open it up.
Wow. Well, you hit on something very important. If you're rushing around all the time, you miss things. But if you kind of sit and watch nature, things happen. And if you go out into a stream like you have done, you pick up the rocks, see the crayfish underneath, see what's in there. It helps to inform you about what the world is all about. Well, you're such a great player here. Tell me what you want to do one day.
I want to become a geologist or an artist.
Absolutely. Well, that fits in with your love of science, and you're going to be successful, whatever you choose, I can tell. And I like your spirit. She's over there. She's moving around the whole time. She's enjoying this game. Let's go over to Whitehall. And Grant, tell us a bit about your school. Who's your principal?
Miss Farmer.
Miss Farmer. And she is here, too. I hope she's still with us, and we'll bring her out along with Miss Wine and Miss Chilcote. Is that right?
Yes.
Also here. All the adults, again, a triumvirate of people that made sure that you guys were ready and prepared for this. Whitehall was county champ 2 years ago, first time ever in our 34-year history. I know you guys would like to repeat that. Judge Woods is hoping to be on that Hall of Fame for the first time ever. Tell us any alternates you have, Grant. First names.
We have Stone, Charlotte, and Jake.
Wonderful. We'll bring them out in a few moments' time here. Whitehall is a blue ribbon school because
We have great teachers and a nice school environment.
Hey, that's it. Nice is a great adjective. It's a nice school if you got great teachers. When you get up in the morning, you're anxious to get there because you got adults there that want to look out for you, and you got some friends there. Great place to be. What do you want to do someday, Grant?
I haven't decided yet.
That's right. You're still thinking. What do you like to do in your spare time?
There's a cricket team on Whitehall. And I play cricket on Whitehall, and the Whitehall cricket team, and it's really fun.
I've read in Bowie that there is a cricket league, and I'm glad. I saw a cricket match in England a few years ago, followed nothing. So I'm trying to learn a little bit more about how it all works. Good luck to you. Estuardo, nice to have you here today. Navy SEAL. Yep. And you told me last time you don't have a place to swim right now. We need to get you into a swimming pool. When did this idea first hit you? You wanted to be a Navy SEAL.
So I was at the Annapolis Mall, and since there is the academy right there, I saw a whole bunch of people wearing their suit and their uniform, and I was like, hey Dad, maybe I could be one of them. Maybe I could be standing right there in the uniform and talk about what they talk about, and maybe be one of them one day.
I think that's wonderful, Estuardo. In fact, you were seeing maybe the guys in white, those are the people at the U.S. Naval Academy, the midshipmen walking around, and what you need to do is you need to get an appointment, so if you do well, if you play sports, even if you don't, you have good grades, you apply with your senator or your congressman and you get an appointment there. So you're doing the right stuff. You're being a good student. One step in that direction. Jaden, nice to have you here today. Headed to the NBA. Wants to play for the Philadelphia
76ers.
76ers, yeah. What do you think about the Wizards?
No.
No. Okay. So much for hometown pride here. Hey, you like what you like. So you play sports in your spare time. What else do you do?
I read. I play video games.
Video games, yeah. Why'd you want to do this? Why'd you want to be on this show?
Something I've never actually done before.
Yeah, kind of a challenge, something different. We enjoy having you here. Let's get back to the game. Close one. 120 Woods, 105 Whitehall. Lots of points to give away. Go red. Go ahead.
Body system 15. Body system for 15.
Body systems for 15 points. Teams, because your skin makes this vitamin in the sunshine, is called the sunshine vitamin. Whitehall?
C?
Not C. Nope. Because your skin can make this vitamin While you're outside in the sunshine, it's called the sunshine vitamin.
Vitamin E.
D. D as in David. Go red.
Let's get physical.
Let's get physical for 15.
Let's get physical for 15 points. Here's your question, teams. When you wish upon a star, you're actually wishing upon one of these that is yes, Whitehall.
A comet.
A comet?
Not a comet, no. When you wish upon a star, Judge Woods, you're actually wishing upon one of these that usually is part of a shower.
Meteor shower.
Meteor, that's right. Meteor is what and you don't need to ring in again when the other team is missed. We'll come to you automatically. All right, go red.
Science potpourri for 15.
Science potpourri for 15 points. Teams recently in Florida, when the temperature dropped below 50 degrees, these large Caribbean lizards that are cold-blooded started falling from the trees. What were they, Woods?
Snakes.
No, they weren't snakes. What kind of lizards were up there in the trees in South Florida? Got so cold, they were cold-blooded, they dropped out of the trees.
Iguanas?
Iguanas, yeah. It was weird. There they were. They were looking like they were dead. They were kind of, comatose. But once the temperature rose up they went. Back to the palm tree. Go green.
Dateline science for 20.
Dateline for 20 points, teams. The scientist Rosalind Franklin, because she died before the Nobel Prize ceremony, was not able to share that prize with James Watson and Francis Crick, all who helped discover Whitehall.
Double helix?
Which
DNA?
was? DNA, absolutely right. Good answer. Go, green.
Green things for 5.
Green things, 5 points. Teams, the stem of a plant is sometimes called a sprout or a stalk, but if you're talking about bamboo, it's known by this S initial term, Whitehall.
I passed to Jaden. A shoot.
A bamboo shoot. Yes, if you go to a Chinese restaurant, you see that on the menu, bamboo shoots. All right, our score, 135 Woods, 145 Whitehall, advantage green.
Dateline science for 5.
Dateline for 5 points. Teams, more and more coyotes are appearing in the D.C. area. But recently, a camera trap in downtown D.C. caught a picture of this wild cat, a cat that is the first rank in Boy Scouts. Whitehall.
Wolf?
Not wolf, no, Judge Woods. What kind of cat associated with scouting?
Hyena?
A bobcat. It was a bobcat. Go again, green.
Zoo parade for 5.
Zoo parade for 5 points. There's a funny commercial on TV with a man yelling, "You woodchuck, stop chucking that wood." A woodchuck is also another name for what? Yes, Whitehall.
Beaver?
No, not a beaver. Another name for a woodchuck is this rodent that is supposedly a great meteorologist.
Groundhog?
A groundhog, yes, is correct. Go, red.
Body system for 5.
Body systems for 5 points. Teams, in your ear canal, there is a substance called cerumen, a yellow substance that in Shrek, yes?
Earwax.
Earwax, yes. Shrek used it, remember, to make candles in his cave, yeah. Go, red. 145 all.
Let's get physical for 5.
Physical for 5 points. Teams, this planet that takes 88 days to go around the sun recently appeared on the face of the sun in 2019. Yes, Whitehall.
Mercury?
Mercury is right, yes, the transit of Mercury. You could witness that here on Earth. It looked like a little pencil dot moving across the face of the sun. Green.
Science potpourri for 5. That's right.
Potpourri for 5 points. Teams, the astronauts aboard the International Space Station, boy, are they happy. NASA just invented an oven to let them bake these famous Toll House. Judge Woods.
Cookies?
Specifically?
Cookies.
Whitehall, what kind of Toll House cookies will the astronauts now be able to bake on the International Space Station?
Chocolate chip?
Chocolate chip. Oh. Chocolate chip. Those are the Toll House chips. Good. Green. Go.
Oh, yeah.
Zoo parade for 20.
Zoo parade, 20 points. Teams, equine encephalitis attacks horses. Bovine encephalitis attacks these. Whitehall.
Cows?
Cows. Cows are bovines, yes. Go.
Let's get physical for 20.
Let's get physical for 20 points. You know, milk is an amazing fluid. It tells you a lot about biology and chemistry, but also physics. Because by studying milk, you can learn a lot about density, about acidity, and because of the way it flows, what kind of V initial characteristic? V.
Velocity?
Say it.
Velocity?
Not velocity. Whitehall.
Vascular?
Viscosity. It's viscous. Go again, green.
Science potpourri for 20.
Potpourri for 20 points is a visual question. Look at the monitor, please. You know, snowflakes and salt and sugar all have this same lattice-like Whitehall.
I passed to Jaden.
A neutron?
No. Judge Woods, what same lattice-like shape do you see there on salt, on sugar, and on snowflakes?
Square.
They're crystals. They're crystals. Go again, green.
Body systems for 20.
Body systems for 20 points. Teams, this spongy-like organ actually connects the embryo, the fetus rather, to the wall of the uterus in mammals. Can you name that? Oftentimes expelled as afterbirth. Judge Woods.
Umbilical cord?
No. Good try. Whitehall, can you name that attachment to the uterus, the spongy tissue? It's called the placenta. The placenta. Go again, green.
Dateline science for 25.
The big one in that category, teams, Thomas Hunt Morgan, who studied fruit flies when he studied genetics, was the man who discovered that sometimes a change in a gene can happen like that. Whitehall.
Passed to Jaden.
A mutation?
A mutation, that's what I want to hear. Good, green.
Green things for 25.
Green things for 25 points. Teams, the exoskeleton on arthropods is made of something called chitin, which is very similar to this substance that makes the wall. Yes?
Keratin.
Whitehall.
Keratin?
Not keratin. Judge Woods, chitin, the exoskeleton substance, is very similar to what substance that makes up the walls of a plant cell? Cellulose. Cellulose. Go again, green.
Sorry. Zuparade for 25.
Zuparade, 25. Big one in that category is as follows. Teams, everybody knows what a platypus is, that animal in Australia. Its scientific name is Ornithorhynchus. Rhynchus means nose, and ornitho comes from ornithology, which is the study of what? Judge Woods.
Flap things?
Nope. Whitehall, ornithology is the study of what, which is part of the scientific name Ornithorhynchus. What kind of nose?
Birds?
Birds, yes. It's a bird nose. Go green.
Science potpourri for 25.
Potpourri for 25 points. Teams, when those people in Africa tranquilize that rhinoceros, to get it back to consciousness, they've got to give it what kind of A-initial drug to get it back? Whitehall.
Antibiotic?
Not an antibiotic. Good try. What kind of chemical would get them back to consciousness? Yes?
Adrenaline.
No, an antidote. An antidote. All right, we're down to the last two questions. Grant?
Systems for 25.
Body systems, 25 points. Teams, maybe you've heard of a doll called G.I. Joe. GI stands for government issue. But in your body, you have a GI tract. What does GI stand for in the human body? Judge Woods.
No.
Nope. Whitehall, any idea? Gastrointestinal, GI. Last question, let's get physical for 25 points. Let's see who our speller is. You know, a lot of students make a tornado in a bottle. You can have it swirl inside. It's a neat thing. You are demonstrating centripetal force. Spell the word centripetal for 25 points. Last one in the game. Who's the speller?
Jaden's our speller.
Okay, Jaden, say the word for me.
Centripetal.
Yes, sir.
CENTRIPITTLE.
Good try. Judge Woods, you can get the last points of the game if you can spell centripetal. Who's going to be my speller here?
CEN. Centripetal.
You were close. Centripetal, like the petal of a flower. Our game is over. We'll be back with a wrap-up in just a moment. Don't go away. What a good game. It was going back and forth and back and forth. We expected that. We've got two great teams in the house today. Our final tally today is Judge Woods 145, Whitehall 225. The team all in blue over there. Let's give them a nice round of applause. Jaden and Grant and Estuardo. And look back there, all the alternates are there as well. Stone and Jake and Charlotte. And Miss Farmer, congratulations to you. Your team is one step closer to another championship. Miss Wine and also Miss Chilcote, congratulations. We will see you in the semifinals, along with Beacon Heights and two other schools. And the Judge Woods teams, there are a few tears over here. They shouldn't be crying. They're amazing. They are amazing. Kimora and E-Ray and Gabriel, and also standing back there, we've got, who's standing there? We've got Brian. Brian, how could I forget you? And Dr. Buns and Mr. Richardson, thank you. You always send us great teams here. You guys are terrific, and you should feel very proud of yourselves. And we're really happy that you were here today, too. We'll see you next time on the Science Bowl. Till then, Dave Zarin here. Bye-bye.